We are back. Going to a regular gym now. After being home for 2 weeks for winter break. And we got started off with the chest day. It is currently 7:30, which is why it's already dark, getting the lift in. And I wanted to make the car talk something that relates to my bulk right now. And I think it would be beneficial to give some context to what I got going on, and also how it applies to you, your bulk, whatever your goal is, your progress, whatever, all the above. So first, to give some context, what I'm talking about is I'm 5 months into this bulk now. I know it's only day, I hope it's not day 6, 7, but it's probably day 60 something. And it's been way longer than that, but I actually picked up the camera and started recording every day the past 2 months. So, I'm eating 5,300 calories a day right now, maybe even a little more, which is a fucking lot. It is a lot. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it's a lot. And I've gotten to the point now where I truly think this is probably going to be the week when I turn it into a mini cut for a few reasons. First reason is my training has gone way down. My recovery is pretty bad, and also like the mental clarity, like the mental fog is like brutal right now. Like, dude, after eating my meals, I can't even like think because of how many carbs it is and just how my body's responding, which probably tells me that my body is not using insulin that well to store the carbs and overall better function of my body. And I could tell that this past week I was flat. Yes, that's part of like my metabolism adapting and leveling off back to no gaining weight anymore, eating at this amount of food. But it's different than like when that happened, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago. My weight level's off. Simple answer to that was just up the calories. How is this different? Some of the context, for some reasons, is like the timeline. 5 months into the bulk, that's 20 weeks. Another thing is understanding like how much your body is putting on muscle to fat within like your check-ins weekly. Seeing how your body is when you gain weight from week to week, how much of that was muscle, how much was it fat, and you can quite literally tell from your week to week check-in pictures in the morning. That as well, I can notice that. And knowing that my training is declining from peak bulk, not just because I need more food. It's a different, it's hard to describe until you've gone through it. It's a different feeling, because this isn't my first time ripping max bulk and having a fucking cut from it. Let's say 2 months ago, the feeling in the gym when I was like just leveling off my weight, there was more muscle soreness because you're eating at maintenance style. So after your workout, you're pretty sore. This one, it's not much muscle soreness. Workouts are flat, sure. That's also part of maintenance. But it's the, it's the heavier feeling, the lethargic feeling, combined with knowing that I'm already keeping up on my cardio is a bigger problem, which tells me that my body isn't using the food as well. Because of course, when you're bulking, you have to be doing cardio. Unless if you're someone that just puts on weight super easily and you're not, I guess, hard gainer, is that the word? You're not a hard gainer, then there are very few exceptions. Also, guys that are on like PEDs and shit and steroids and shit, there's some extent where they'll do less cardio, but nobody does no cardio, okay? Some guys will do it by their steps, whatever. Every coach has a different protocol. But for 95% of people, you're doing cardio either every day or like 5 days of the week. You should be doing it at a pretty good intensity, minimum like 20 minutes. And that keeps up with your training quality. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? just got cut off, sorry. With your training quality, and make sure you can still push every set well, and also helps with your body partitioning the food that you give it, so it can still use the food well, and like through your blood circulation throughout your body. It uses the glucose, uses the carbs, all the above. And I know that I'm getting out of breath, even on top of me keeping up with my cardio and everything on point. Okay, so that's another reason why. So I guess another thing I gotta turn this on. Hold on. Another thing I can touch on is well, let me put it in the perspective of something that I would have said to either a coach or somebody that maybe has more experience in the gym, asking a question as like 2 years into lifting. I would ask, like, I'm eating more and I'm force feeding myself, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong because my body's telling me that I'm full and I shouldn't be forcing it more. I feel like I'm just putting on fat because I'm full and I'm eating more, right? That's a super big misconception about bulking, is thinking that because I am full, therefore I am putting on fat. Completely wrong. There is no correlation, or yeah, I'll go to the extent of saying there is not a correlation between being full and the food that you just ate putting on fat. Sure, slim correlation if you understand more of the science behind it, but for the most part, no. The being full part is a hormone. It just tells your brain you're full because it has enough food for it to be at its maintenance, right? For the most part, unless if you're coming off of a show or coming off a big cut, your body wants to put on fat really bad because it's super lean, and it wants to have some more fat to survive, because it's part of the survival mechanism is having body fat. Other than that, I'd say majority of the bulk is honestly being full. And the only exception really is if you're coming off of a really long cut or a prep for a show when you diet down that much. And part of it is just pushing through that mental barrier of like, man, I'm fucking full, like I don't want to eat this. Like, that's when you get the most progress in your physique. That's when you get the most gains. It's when your body's primed to put on more weight. And it comes from being at like a 12% body fat, maybe you're not that, somewhere around there. Your body's natural hormones are at its peak, functioning way better, just slap on more muscle. That combined with if you're starting to feel full, that signals that like I was about to repeat myself and say the same thing about the hormones, but it's part of your body going out of homeostasis. I wanted to make sure I worded it correctly. Homeostasis, your body just wanting to stay the same body fat, same amount of muscle, because it always wants to conserve energy. So it's not a bad thing you're putting your body out of homeostasis, right? But that's what your brain's telling you when you're getting full. It's because you're pushing past it. Usually. The exception is when you're in a deep bulk. As I just said, I'm eating at 5,300 calories, and I'm not gaining any weight. At least over the past 2 weeks. Means my maintenance calories is 5,300 calories, right? But that happens over 5 months, and over the past 8 weeks, 2 months of eating while I was still full. And if I just decided 2 months ago, man, I'm full, I should probably cut right now, my body's saying I should cut, I would have missed out on a significant amount of muscle gain over the past 2 months, because your body just got put into like prime growing mode. Exception is like immediately after show, of course, but for the most part, prime growing mode, ready to slap on muscle. And that's kind of like the counter intuitive mentality that we have. Or counter, maybe that was the wrong word. It sounded cool though. But that's how it works. It's usually different than what we think. And I kind of realized that about a lot of the shit that I used to do in the gym. Not in the gym, but mainly diet side. We're here, so I'm gonna say one more thing, and then we're gonna go hit chest day. Like when I first started working out, like entire first year. This is ever since. Of course, you don't know that much. I didn't know that much. All I knew is that I would train just as hard as I do today, and I ate just as hard as I do now, but it wasn't really tracked. I just knew eat more and eat more. And I didn't know how much over maintenance I was eating. I just knew that if I was full and I was eating past being full, I felt like it's a good sign. I'm forcing myself to grow. So I had like the opposite mentality to it, because I was like, man, if I'm eating past what my body's telling me to be full, I feel like I have to be growing, because being full is like where I would stay where I'm at. Which a little bit is right, but a lot of the times it just turns into getting fat, because you way overshoot what you're eating, and then it's more likely to turn into fat depending on how big of a surplus you have at one time, or over like the week of being way higher than your maintenance. So that's why we want to be a little bit over, which is why we track the number, know what we're eating, eat the same thing every day, so we know exactly what's going on, and we can minimize the amount of fat while maximizing the amount of muscle, right? Yes, it's guaranteed we put on fat when we bulk, but we sure as hell can put it to a bare minimum. I guess just use my physique as an example. It sounds arrogant, but I mean, fuck it, you're here watching me, I might as well say it. Look at my physique at the end of show, or my show day physique. Maybe I don't have a YouTube video for that, whoops. Look at my physique like a week out from show. I was like 190 pounds. Now I'm 223. So I'm 33 pounds up, and I still have visible abs. 33 pounds heavier. Visible abs are still there, right? Sure, I'm not fucking stage lean. I'd hope not. That'd be pretty bad. I'd probably have some pretty big medical issues if I was still stage lean right now. But that just goes to show you could bulk with minimizing the amount of fat you put on. So yeah, we got chest. Do some pec flies. 2 different chest press machines. An incline one, a flat press one is fine. Superset shoulders, some like shoulder press and then lateral raises, and then we'll do some triceps. Triceps, I don't think I'll superset, but we'll see. But I will see you guys in there. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to move it. I'll move it up a little bit. Just gonna talk slightly, or just a little bit before we get into it. Alright. I'll start with the decline today. Honestly, it doesn't matter too much to me if I do like a flat fly, decline, or incline fly. As long as I get this one's decline, I'll make one of the press movements in incline, and then another press movement flat. As long as I get all 3, not much of a difference. But I do like starting with the fly first, just because now when I go into pressing movements, like my chest is actually gonna give out. Because like, if you ever start with like bench press or some shit similar to that, at least for me, triceps get destroyed, and chest doesn't get hit at all. And depending on what your goal is, and if your goal is obviously to be a power lifter and get a huge bench, I mean, obviously start with bench. But if you're actually trying to hit your chest the most in like a bodybuilding context, then I mean, isolate the muscle first is definitely a big help of actually hitting it more. So, all right, let's get it. Okay.
I'm gonna just leave the weight the same, even though I got 8. Get some partials. I don't know, I feel like back on peak bulk, I'm probably gonna cut soon. At least should try and push a little bit heavier weight. Holy shit. Alright, let's move on. Alright. One thing I kind of forgot to come back after 2 weeks is the timing that I come here. Waited like 15 minutes just to do a pec fly. But I don't know. There's ups and downs of both, dude. Home gym, no tarp, don't have to wait for equipment, but I mean, not as good of a equipment, obviously. So I was using concrete filled plates from 6 years ago. Nostalgic, sure, but definitely glad to have an actual machine again. But fuck it, let's keep going. You guys want to use that one? Oh, okay. If you want to use that one, just let me know. I can move it. Got you. Okay. What do we got? 2 more sets of this, I think? Yeah. General scheme, I guess, for rep ranges. I mean, 4 sets of everything. But as long as I get a mix of like something a little heavier weight, maybe somewhere between 8 to 10, 6 to 10, and then the other press movement, something like 10 to 15, 10 minimum, just to get a balance between one, pushing more weight, obviously. Another one is actually getting enough blood flowing to my chest at the end of the chest day to actually get like the most out of the pump. So I feel like people miss that part, the second part, most of the time. At least like the TikTok science-based side of it, like, so you have to do 6 to 8 everything to minimize fatigue. I mean, the whole point of being in here is to fatigue yourself. So if you're trying to minimize it, what the fuck are you doing? That being said, that's what helps with like 10 to 15 is actually getting a full pump in your chest. Like, sure you can do 6 to 8, but what are the 2 things you need to get bigger? Obviously eating more, but in the gym is 1, progressive overload. 2 is the time under tension. And even if you're doing like a 4 second eccentric for every rep, and you're doing 6 to 8, you still only get like a 30-second set. You can crank out like a minute-long set or a 40-second set, and it'd be like, I don't want to say better, but more time under tension to check that box. And without having to think about it, if I'm throwing something in that's like 10 to 15 reps, chances are it's going to be enough time. So, as I can get a mix of both of it. That being said, if I get like fucking 5 reps on this, I'll drop the weight, obviously, to still get a decent amount of reps. But that's what was going through my head when I started today's lift, even though I don't write it down every time anymore. But the only thing I really have written down is the exact diet I have every day. Coming here, and you have a general idea of what you're doing. Also, the same thing with not tracking like your weight and reps. Like, you'd be surprised at how pretty accurate you can be on guessing how much weight you can do. So, enough yet, let's go. The drop set. I'm sure I'm gonna do like a triple one on incline next. I'll save it for that. Only doing 1 plate on this, but I mean, given the context with the hell I'm hitting, like, do you see the range of motion on this thing? It fucking throws it like damn near to a shoulder press. Main goal is to hit here. if you actually hit like your upper chest, like good, it kind of feels like you get freaking choked out by getting like a pump right here because it literally digs underneath your clavicle. I wouldn't say every incline does that. If I do incline dumbbell, I mean, I'd never get like that burning feeling right here, which I think this machine is like clutch for it, but by no means is your chest not gonna grow just because you don't have like this specific machine that's super nice for hitting incline. Like, you can make it work. Even when I just did it with a flat press, that's still hitting your upper chest. It's just not directly. I mean, it is directly, it's a chest exercise, but you can say it's more mid-back. But the point being made is trying to hit something that's pretty small. Don't need as much weight. If I threw 2 plates on here, way more likely to be, I guess, curled up like this, using way more shoulder, a lot more tricep, and not actually do my chest as much. And same concept goes for if you're ever trying to hit something rear delt. Because it's such a smaller muscle, like incline upper chest, your upper chest, rear delt. Putting too much weight, you end up starting to hit everything else. Like for rear delt, if you're doing like a 150-pound rear delt fly, you really think you're putting 75 pounds on dumbbells? If you did it with dumbbells, you really think you're doing 75 pounds with those in your rear delts? No, absolutely not. So, same kind of goes for this. It's the best comparison I can give. All right, let's get it. Let's do shoulders. All right. mix it up. Actually, I'll just move it. And then, I'll leave it over here. Once I'm done with this set, I'll move it really quick so you can actually see me doing leverages, but I don't know, this spot's too tight to try to do leverages right here. The whole point of doing it is just I'm trying to get up on my shoulders because that's not the main thing I'm bending today. And easy way to do it without spending a whole bunch of time. Superset. Makes it more intense, 1. 2, it gets through quicker. 3, I can just actually get up on my shoulders and then move on from it because it's not the main thing I hit today. Oh, shit. wanted to switch it up. Been doing dips. Maybe just do one. The weights instead. Easy alternative if somebody's on the machine I'm trying to use. I guess this is what fucking happens when I'm at the home gym for, was at the home gym for 2 weeks. Doesn't know how to set a camera angle after 2 weeks. Easy enough if you didn't saw any of the home gym vids, dude. There's a total of 3 angles I could put this shit at, especially in that confined room with just the bench and like the couple dumbbells and a barbell. I guess technically 4 angles, one in each corner of the room, but you get the point. I didn't have to think too hard about setting up the camera. Here it's a little different. I gotta make sure I don't get people in the background. Good angle to set and whatnot. That's what happens, man. Fucking slacking from the being at the home gym. So I will say, being there for 2 weeks wasn't all downsides, right? I will say it was nice to go back and use that equipment because it was the first 3 years, half of my lifting to where I'm at now. I've been lifting for 6 years now, but like the first 3 years was that equipment you just saw in the home gym. One, because I was in school, high school, and like played sports, and to go to an actual gym at that time, I don't know, it wasn't really worth it. And two, the equipment was good enough, and I'm just starting out. It's not like using fancy shit to use, so I'm using those adjustable dumbbells, barbell, bench, incline bench, and what you can do is push pro legs down there was plenty. Dude, you know when you like change your, I don't want to say change your whole workout split, but like you do something different than your normal routine, and then like the day after it's like way more sore than usual. Fuck, I feel like that's about to happen. I'm not gonna complain about it, it's not bad, but especially being home. The makeshift lifts I had. Didn't use a singular cable for like the whole time I was home. Other than one lift I had, but I didn't film it because it was my body. I just wanted to eat up them the whole time. But yeah, it's definitely not something to be like concerned about if you change up your routine and like the extra soreness. It's no big deal. Doesn't mean you did anything wrong. All right. Do a triple drop set. Finish up the lift. And I'll do abs and get out of here. Let's go pose. All right, let's check it out. Dude, I will say, I guess I already said in the car talk, but like the lifts have not been solid. I mean, like I'm still getting a good workout in, of course, obviously, but like I'm just saying from the nutrition diet side of it, physique side of it, I don't know. I don't think it's because you need to add more food to get filled out again. It's because my weight leveled off is why. Like, make that clear. It's not anything other than the fact that I'm eating at maintenance now again. I just think, I mean, maybe he'll want to push it more food, but dude, a couple of the downsides from pushing that much food is like, dude, the fucking time eating it takes hours, and like I don't have time for that right now. I did in the past. Dude, if like you're in school, perfect time to be able to put on bulk, because quite honestly, there's not going to be an easier time in your life to do it. That being said, dude, I graduate in 3-4 months. Like, I got to get my fucking shit together, my financials. So, and that takes a lot out of me to get the work done. And trying to down 6 meals, take me an hour each meal, like, I don't have much time for that right now. Which is nice that I competed already, so I don't have to think about that. But yeah, let's pose. Thankfully, I already down like 5 meals today. So, it's just down a fucking post-workout meal and go to sleep, dude. One of the worst things is, having to stay up later because you didn't finish your meals. Fucking sucks. So, that's something I really wanted to, I want to say fix, but not have to deal with this time. So, try to down meals by like a certain amount of meals by a specific time in the day to know that I'm not going to be stuck up late trying to finish meals. Because that's got to be competing for like top 3 most annoying things about bodybuilding, or at least favorite. So, I mean, it's obviously a privilege to be able to eat that much food and have food, but in the context of the sport, definitely top 3 least favorite things. I'd say force feeding has got to be like top 3 as well. Anything with food sucks. All right, enough yapping. I could talk more in the car. All right. Oh, fucking hell. It's nice having the stand for my phone again to talk to you guys. Overall, lift was the lift itself was good, but my body definitely does not want to be eating any more fucking food. I talked to my coach
winter break. He thought I had a couple more months before we needed to cut. But that was relative to change, obviously. Subject to change. So yeah, I mean, probably going to be, I might have to tell him this week, dude. Just because, let's put this into perspective, and I guess this can be a takeaway for you guys as well. So, since I'm graduating in like a few months, and obviously I'm not a big channel. It's not like I'm making money from this. I gotta work on my own income, which is I day trade. So I wouldn't say that I have to cut for that, but just like a big goal of mine has been to make this channel big and like maybe do, I guess you could say full time. That along with trading, and to be able to pump out content for you guys, be on my laptop for hours, be able to think of ideas for YouTube videos apart from the vlogs. Vlogs are, I mean, I just set up the camera and I do my normal thing, but actual content that like will get more views, you know what I mean? Because by all means, I know these vlogs may be informative and be like down to earth, but by no means are they like high view rate. Like if I had to guess, if you clicked on the video, you probably watched me maybe talk in the beginning, maybe watched me pose a little bit, and then maybe listen to me on the car ride home. Most likely. So point being made is, out of an hour-long video, do I assume people are gonna watch the whole hour? No. So I gotta make some videos that are more to get the channel more views instead of this stuff that's obviously not gonna get that many. So a lot of it I gotta sit at my desk all day and work on this, but when you down 600, 700 grams of carbs in a day, it takes away from your damn mental capacity and mental clarity to be able to do work. You know what I'm talking about if you've ever downed a giant meal and tried to take some serious focus on, like, I don't know, a task on your laptop. It's pretty tough, dude. Imagine eating fucking 3 Big Macs or some shit, or a giant bowl of pasta, and then sitting down and taking an exam. Like, you can't fucking think. But take that and have 6 meals of it in a day. So I'd say it only started to become a problem now, like the past month, 2 months. But I guess just the trade-off is I had to come to the conclusion that I had to pick one main goal. Was it pro bodybuilder? Is it the fitness content online and trading to be able to make money that way? It came down to, was I willing to pursue just getting huge, taking PEDs, and way higher odds of working like a corporate job to pay the bills while pursuing that, or maybe not, maybe push getting big years from now, a couple years from now, 3 years from now, and be able to have more time focused on making fitness content and trading my main source of income, because I don't have the actual mental capacity. And I kind of chose that one. I valued which one was more valuable to me. It was that. So by no means does that mean like I just throw away my diet, throw away the training. I still do everything I exactly am doing that's to get big. Just one, no PEDs. Can't fucking day trade on steroids, dude. You lose your mind. That's just asking to schmirk dirt. So not that. And then also the bulk side is I think I'll probably have this into a cut. Maybe stay at like maintenance at a lean phase so I can really have some focus for this year. Maybe the content would probably be better. Also lean. You know, like lean is law for, at least for content, lean is law, dude. You can make a 160-pound person look fucking huge online, right? Let's say my height, 5'11", 160. Realistically, is that a big person? No. not to be offensive, but you're probably wearing like a men's medium. I can't call you big if you're wearing a men's medium. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And where does that roll into like this conversation? Well, or at least for you guys, what does it mean to you? Well, I mean, that's eventually going to happen for you guys as well, the fitness side of it. Maybe your goal isn't content. Maybe it's some other passion of yours or other life goals you have. And there can be some conflict. I will say that being a pro bodybuilder was a life goal of mine 2 years ago. That really just was the life goal. And I guess as you get older, it changes a little bit. And by no means is that life goal off the table for me. It's just I'm going to revisit it in, I don't know, a few years from now, a couple of years from now. And in the meantime, do everything I would be doing otherwise. So my diet is still on point. Training is still on point. It's just the, maybe I don't get these extra 2 months of pushing a ball because you get that extra squeeze out of gaining muscle. Right? That's the trade-off you take. And a tough thing to accept that it isn't like cope, saying that, oh, I can't work after having these carbs. It's because normal me is like, dude, just fucking tough it out, quit being a baby and just suck it up, eat the food, and then focus on the work. But to an extent, it's like biological, right? All the blood that would be in your brain to think is in your digestive tract or helping your digestion. So obviously you have less, and also you get an insulin spike, carb spike that also gives brain fog. So it's not like, oh, you just need to suck it up. It's just your biology of having that many carbs is proven to be tough to think. Best comparison I can give is like that's trying to like study for an exam hammered and saying that it's a tough time trying to study while like shit-faced and being like, oh, dude, just suck it up. Like, dude, just focus. Just get hammered and do the, like, study for the exam. Like, it doesn't work like that. You can't just say, oh, snap, you're right. Let me just not be hammered and take an exam. So, what the fuck are we talking about? I don't know. But I think that was a pretty damn good analogy. Talking about taking an exam hammered. Welcome to the off-season. But yeah, that was kind of my perspective on it. It's a race against time for these last 4 months. Because I probably have to get the J word. I'm not going to say it. But it's fucking spooky. But yeah, that's part of my plan. It's part of being an entrepreneur. So I sure as hell know a lot of people my age are the same way. Like on the entrepreneurial side. So, yeah. I think that's a good talk. Tomorrow we got biceps, a little bit of back. We're going to go lift. They're probably going to be evening lifts from now on just so I can get the work done during the day. If I can, dude. Fuck, it's going to take me another month to get out of eating this much food. But, guess we'll see. Dude, the thing is, I'm still like, I'm not shredded, but I'd still consider myself lean, right? This off season, which I guess is a good thing. Like, you don't have to get fucking fat to cut down, but like, my coach at least wanted to ride it until my insulin started to not be as good. And how do you know that? It's like, well, my body's starting to put on way more fat than muscle, given the amount of weight that I upped over the week. So, but yeah. Good to be back, lifting in an actual gym. Appreciate y'all watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.